If you compare today's technology to that of the 1990s, we've come a very long way. Before, computers were as big as a desk, and you couldn't easily move them around. Now computers fit in our pockets. Plus, we have the internet that drives most of our modern technology. For one, we can communicate with anyone, anywhere in the world for a fraction of the cost 30 years ago. We can even buy whatever we want and have that at our doorsteps in a matter of days. The kind of technology we have today is no doubt amazing, but this is not the end of it. Technology is consistently developing, and there's a lot more to be excited about in the future. About 30 years from now, in 2050, the world will look very different. Lots more exciting technologies will pop up, and by then, would become key parts of our daily lives. Let's have a look at how awesome 2050 will look like. An AI-powered world. Today, AI is still not as advanced as those you can see in sci-fi movies. Modern AI does have the ability to learn, but this still requires some form of human intervention. For an AI to run an entire house, for example, is a far cry in terms of today's technology. Sure, there are smart home devices like the Amazon Alexa or Google Home, but these are just speakers with AI. They can't maintain your house for you. A good home AI should be able to adjust temperature automatically, direct robot vacuums to places that need cleaning, and turn appliances on and off as needed, among other things. Modern smart home devices can't do those things all at once yet, but in the future, they can. There will be more to AI than just managing your home. In 2050, AI will probably manage everything else around you. Here are what researchers from the University of Southern California think AI could do in 2050. First off, personalized medicine. Doctors are aware that there is no one-size-fits-all solution for all patients suffering from a particular disease. For example, they can't just prescribe chemotherapy to everyone who has cancer. Each person has a different response to treatments, so the best treatments should be tailored to each patient. With the help of AI, doctors can make tailor-fit treatments based on their patients' genetics, environments, and lifestyles. That way, prescribed drugs and other therapies would have much more success for each patient. Next is transportation. Self-driving cars will make a huge impact in 2050, making the roads a lot safer than they are now. AI drivers don't have the weaknesses human drivers do. AI doesn't get distracted, it doesn't drink, and it always keeps its eyes on the road. AI has many eyes. It knows exactly where other cars are, how fast they're going, and where they're headed. AI drivers can adjust at a moment's notice to avoid crashing. Of course, AI could also take care of your house for you in 2050. It can make sure your fridge is always full, mow your lawn, keep your floors and windows clean, and keep your house at a comfortable temperature all the time. Washing the dishes and clothes? No problem. These menial, repetitive tasks are perfect for AI. By this time, AI could take care of all your household chores. All you have to do at home is relax and enjoy a lot more time with your family. You could even have a personal AI assistant that knows your exact needs. Let's say you're on medication. The AI will not only remind you to take your meds, but it can also refill your supply for you. You won't have to worry about running out of meds ever again. The AI may even order groceries for you, and it would know exactly what items you want. Drone delivery. Drones these days are mostly used for photography. Those spectacular wide-angle aerial shots you see in many vlogs and YouTube videos, those were shot with drones. And they're not just for vlogs. The military also uses them for surveillance purposes as well as shooting down terrorists. Military drones are just bigger and more advanced than the drones that vloggers use. Oh, and commercially available drones don't carry missiles. Speaking of which, drones can carry more than just military weapons. They can also carry packages, parcels, pizza boxes. Drone delivery is not yet the norm, but in 2050 it might just be. In August of last year, the U.S. Federal Aviation Administration, or the FAA, gave the green light for Amazon to use drones for deliveries. Once they fully implement this delivery system, which they call Amazon Prime Air, you can expect your Amazon order to reach your doorstep in about 30 minutes. or less. Drone delivery does have its limitations, though. Drones are small, so they can only carry small packages. Big ones still have to be delivered by truck. So don't expect to order a bike and have it sent to you via drone. But if you order shoes, shirts, or candy, they might come to you in drones. But who knows? In the future, there could be bigger delivery drones that can carry larger parcels. 2050 is still a long way off, so let's wait and see. Also, in 2050, drones may take advantage of AI to be safer, faster, and more efficient. By that time, drone delivery would make the skies a bit crowded, so it's important for drones to avoid crashing into one another. AI can solve that problem, making sure that each drone has a unique flight path and timing. Also, data from drone flights can help the AI calculate better, safer, and faster routes each time. Hyperloop. Our fastest modes of land transport today are trains. The bullet trains in Japan, for example, can go as fast as 320 kilometers per hour. More advanced trains don't even sit on the rails. Instead, they float slightly above the rails through magnetic levitation. These so-called maglev trains can travel even faster, like the Shanghai Transrapid, which has a top speed of 430 kilometers per hour. But even these speeds aren't fast enough. Imagine in 2050 being able to go in excess of 1,000 kilometers per hour. That's insanely fast. And that's exactly what Hyperloop technology aims to achieve. The Hyperloop is essentially a depressurized tunnel. In other words, it has very little air inside. The vehicles inside the Hyperloops aren't trains, but shorter versions called pods. The pods are also maglev, and since the loops have almost no air inside, the pods can overcome air resistance and travel much, much faster. In theory, Hyperloop pods have top speeds of about 1,223 kilometers per hour. That's almost 3 times faster than the Shanghai Transrapid, which is the fastest train today. With that kind of speed, you can hop across the states in the same time it takes you as your daily commute. In 2050, you may even get to travel to different countries via Hyperloop. Smart Gauntlets. Today, smartphones are gadgets you really can't live without. Phones are your everyday companions, helping you get things done more efficiently. From calling friends to booking hotels from across the world, phones let you do it in the palm of your hand. But in 2050, the smartphone may become obsolete. Instead, you could use smart gauntlets that you wear on your wrist. They're kind of like smartwatches, but they're not limited to a tiny screen. They can project holograms above them, letting you see as much information as you need. Think of it like a miniature version of Tony Stark's holographic computer system, the one he used to synthesize a new element in Iron Man 2. In 2050, you might get something like that too, and you can wear it on your wrist. That way, dropped phones and cracked screens will be a thing of the past. If the smart gauntlet is always on your wrist, there's no way to drop it accidentally. And even if you do, there's no glass screen, so nothing will break. Self-cleaning clothes. Doing the laundry is a boring, exhausting chore. Even with fully automatic washing machines, doing the laundry still takes a lot of time and effort, but not in 2050. By that time, everyone would wear clothes that have the ability to clean themselves. These textiles would have advanced nanoparticles in them that remove stains automatically. One such technology is already being developed today by the Royal Melbourne Institute of Technology in Australia. The textiles are fitted with silver and copper nanoparticles that break down organic materials when exposed to sunlight. In other words, when you wear these clothes and go outside during the day, the clothes will clean themselves. By 2050, this may be the norm, and the nanoparticles in your clothes would also keep them smelling fresh each time. This is not all there is to 2050. Surely there would be more awesome technologies that would make life a lot easier, but the ones we talked about in this video are those that would surely make the biggest impact. And by then, COVID-19 should be well under control, possibly even gone, so you could enjoy life the way it should be enjoyed. Just like before, but with lots more useful technologies at your disposal.